raid referred to the surprise assault on the share of target company by raider after the opening of the stock market. Guthrie was the largest and oldest British-owned plantation company. By that, British owned a lot of land and profit gain of those land end up in the UK. Despite of that, PNB only get 25% of shares and were not even given a seat on the board directors. When Tun Mahathir became the Prime Minister, he saw Guthrie as a huge problem and decided to take back what is rightfully Malaysian. He also required a few hands to help him, which is Tun Ismail Muhammad Ali and Tan Sri Khalid Ibrahim. The moment London Stock Exchange opened, the two of them began a huge process of buying up as many shares from Guthrie secretly to avoid alerting Guthrie's men. PNB got to hold 47% of Guthrie. By the end of the week, increased to 51%, and within 3 months, the Guthrie was fully Malaysian. Tun Mahathir implemented by British last policy. It was implemented on 2 October 1981, which the aims to make almost all goods and services from British as the last choice. Even though it was implemented for a short period like 18 months, but British has suffered a lot of loss to Britain, estimate in 117 million. The factor implementation of by British last policy: first, increase and education fees. Second, British threatens on NEP. Third, personality of Tun Mahathir himself. Fourth, British media give a negative image. Then, the reaction we can see through British Prime Minister, which is Margaret Thatcher, David Gilmour, which is British High Commissioner, and another one is Peter Rees, which is a British Conservative politician.
As for the social relation, Malaysia and UK has established a mutual relationship through British Council of Malaysia. Their first office situated at Kuala Lumpur in 1948, and they opened many more branches all over Malaysia ever since. This mutual relationship has benefits Malaysia in many aspects. The most prominent one is on English proficiency among Malaysians, which affected from International English Language Testing System, or better known as IELTS. With 4 modules, these proficiency tests also give tips and notes for candidates. As a result, English became the second most used language among Malaysians. In 2018, the top 3 countries with highest average score in IELTS academic was Germany, Greece, and Malaysia at 3rd place, showing that many Malaysians are entering higher education institutions locally or internationally year after year. They also has sponsored many Malaysian students to study at United Kingdom as an exchange student or full-time student. Other than English for students, British Council of Malaysia also offer courses and training for English teachers, which are available both online and offline. This has helped to produce many more teachers with high skill and knowledge in English, also can produce more students with fluent English. Although Malaysia and United Kingdom does not exchange much in terms of culture, but through English itself has indirectly made Malaysia to develop very well. The most important relation between Malaysia and UK was the security relation. The first relation was Anglo-Malayan Defence Agreement, which signed on 12 October 1957 as part of the independence movement. The basis of this agreement was for Malaya to receive military aids and protection from British. The reason why Malaya need this agreement was to control the communist influence that's still at large in Malaya and to avoid the independence process from being interrupted by them. Second, to counter the Indonesia confrontation in 1963, which considered as an obstacle for the formation of Malaysia. And Malaysia was basically vulnerable because of the lack of military force, which all brigade will belong to British, while the Air Force and Navy armies are belong to Singapore. There are two main problems with AMDA: the involvement of Britain and Commonwealth. Second, absence of agreement period. Extending from AMDA was the Five-Power Defence Arrangements established on 16 April 1971, consisting of 5 countries: Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand and UK. This is rather a consultation pertaining external defence of Malaysia and Singapore. Differ from AMDA, FPDA is indirect relation by which when anything happen, they will sit together to discuss instead of directly counterattack. With 3 main body of FPDA, they carry out meetings, conference, consultation, coordination and forum which shape the organization of FPDA. FPDA Defence Ministers meeting was responsible to provide strategic direction for FPDA as a whole. FPDA Defence Chiefs Conference responsible to provide reports and advice to the FDMM. FPDA Consultative Council for Policy Planning and Budget. FPDA Activities Coordination Council will carry out the decision of FCC by coordinating military exercises and activities. Lastly, FPDA Professional Forum will hold seminar annually and lay out any current issues.